DraftKings Sportsbook. And you know we got big time love for DraftKings Sportsbook. But when we're talking about DraftKings, we know they are the number one rated sports booking app. Not only are they safe, but they are secure. And just like Deke, and I love to say this, they are reliable because reliability matters. And you don't want to be playing anywhere else but with DraftKings Sportsbook. So if you haven't downloaded the app, make sure you do that. But more importantly, once you do so, use the promo code MOATS. And when you make that first bet for $5, a minimum of $5, because you know you don't have to hold yourself back. Some people are big spenders, and I get that. But when you make that first bet of a minimum of $5, you're going to get $200 in free bets coming right back to you. All you need to do is use the promo code MOATS for that. And after that, baby, you get to have a little fun. You get to go out there and, you know, get a chance to make a little money and have all that good stuff happening. But Deke, I am aware that at times people, you know, they can't handle it. Sometimes it becomes a little bit too much for them, and they fall into this other category where they might have a problem.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't
Deke,
like to see it.
As I look at my screen right now, the screen just went black, and it's a lot of information up there with DraftKings Sportsbook. In particular, for my New York people, you see, it's a number that you can call. You can even text it. But then for everybody else, those of you that don't live in New York, it's a number that you can call as well. And that number is 1-800-GAMBLER. I say there's 1-800-GAMBLER. I said, if you have a gambling problem or you need some crisis counseling, you better go. I say, now talk to me. Now you better call 1-800-GAMBLER. Gambler. Oh, touch me now. Gambler. 1-800-GAMBLER. Let's dive into the Jaylen Warren a little bit. You want to do that? Because I was going to simply ask in the sense of, if there is a scenario, because the reports are saying that it's the re-aggravation of the list rank that Najee had in training camp, even though we didn't know that that's what it was. We know it now. But if he does have to miss a couple of weeks, now I know they said it's not serious, but what does not serious mean? We told us he just got stepped on. In training camp, we saw he was out for 3 weeks.
And he didn't look right in week 1.
Right.
I stand by that. I thought he was playing hurt to begin with.
So my question is, how confident are you with the group of Jaylen Warren, Benny Snell, and potentially Anthony McFarland coming up during that duration? Or is this a scenario where you're looking and saying, you know what, maybe we need to bring in somebody a little bit more higher end if Najee is going to miss, you know, potentially 3 to 4 weeks? And I'm speculating. I don't know how long it is. Like you said,
sure.
I agree with you though. He didn't look the best when he came out there.
But that's what I'm saying.
But that was the 3-week mark.
We should sit Najee for 2 or 3 weeks. If he came back, he didn't look right, and he re-aggravated, give him some time. Get him healthy, because we want Najee out there long term. I think we get by with Jaylen Warren, dude. And, call me president of the moment, but what he was doing out there felt like better than Najee. He just provided a little bit more pop, I think, in the running game, getting us some extra yards. And then I like the blocking. Not saying Najee wasn't blocking, but I think we can get away with Jaylen Warren. Now, if we want to bring in a guy a little bit more proven, whatever, I think he can play Jaylen Warren's backup. I'm ready to roll with 30. I just am, dude. I saw what I need to see. Battle tested. He's ready to go.
How is he battle testing? You saw one game.
That was a big part of the game, though. Fourth quarter overtime.
I get
Big
the
moments.
block y'all talking about, and it's
He had a
Jermaine.
couple.
It was Jermaine Pratt, the one that everybody's referring to, though.
That was the one in the backfield? Because he had a couple down the field.
No, I
too.
saw the ones down the field, and those look good. I like the effort. I like the energy on it. But what I'm saying is, it was one game.
I get it. I've liked what I've seen from Jaylen Warren thus far. Combine the preseason and week 1, critical moments of week 1 late in the game, and he stepped up. Didn't fumble.
You know what? Everybody has.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, Najee Harris wasn't giving us anything anyway. So as long as he ain't fumbling, anyone could just run into a brick wall. Maybe Jaylen Warren could break one for us.
All right.
I'm not saying he's better than Najee Harris. I'm saying he can get us out of 2 or 3 weeks.
I'm just laughing because the way you minimize it, it's like, well, why the heck did we even waste a first-round pick on Najee a year ago?
No, I want Najee.
You literally just said anybody could run behind that brick wall or run into that brick wall as long as you're not fumbling the ball.
Najee looked hurt yesterday, and I don't think the line did him many favors. Maybe there was a hole or two he missed, but yeah, I think.
But you said just off of the one game that we saw from Jaylen Warren, sit Najee for multiple weeks so we can just roll with Jaylen.
No, it's not. It's not an anti-Najee
I'm not saying it's an anti-Najee
I want Najee to get healthy. It's more. I'm pro Jaylen Warren.
I just didn't
versus bringing in someone else.
What I'm saying is this: I just didn't think that what Jaylen did yesterday was enough to where we're like, oh yeah, we can afford to sit Najee and not bring in somebody of Najee's caliber.
I'm saying
that's what
Najee.
I'm saying.
Right, so you want a guy in? Are we starting him? That's my thing.
That's
too.
what I'm trying to figure out from
in
you.
The system, I'd rather just roll with him as RB1. Now, if we want to spell him with either Snell or the other guy that we bring in, let's just roll with Warren.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm just trying to figure out. You
know? Give him 60, 70%. Maybe don't give him 80, 90% because that could probably be a lot for him. Give him 60 or 70. Give him the majority of the workload, though. We even got him out there when Najee didn't re-aggravate it. No, I'm with you. And that was a little. Yeah. I don't know if it's a surprise because Warren actually was number 2 on the depth chart, but I thought we were going to run Najee, 90 to 100%. Yeah. But if we got Warren out there for a couple.
But
series.
I wonder if they knew, kind of like what you already said, that he didn't look healthy. Anyways, if they knew going in, maybe that was why. But maybe that was why we saw Jaylen getting those opportunities early on because he was. They would definitely. It wasn't like a rotation, but they put him out there. And he was getting touches too. It wasn't like he was just out there to be out there. Like they was running with him. My thing is this, man. It's just night and day when you're talking about being the number 2 running back and having your role expanded in stadium, in game, when everybody's prepared for Najee, versus, like I said, man, when going in, they know you're that guy. When you know you're that guy, the expectations, the way you're targeted, it changes a lot. And me personally, I don't have that same level of confidence that you have in Jaylen right now. To me, I don't want to see what it could look like if he's the feature back for 2 to 4 weeks potentially. If I'm not saying that he can't do it because, like we said plenty of times, like it's like when people say, "Oh, man, you could never beat the Bengals." It's like, no, you could. Now the path isn't always as clean as we saw yesterday. It took the craziest of craziest pass, but it's possible. So we're not saying that Jaylen Warren is an impossible task to see if he could do that. I'm just saying the probabilities of it. I just don't think that it's a high probability that you could ride this dude and expect him to make every block like how he made yesterday. He can run the ball as well as he did yesterday. He's going to protect the ball as well as he did yesterday. And he's going to do it for 4 quarters. No one's not going to be too big. He's not going to get hit too hard. He's not going to get stripped. He's not going to have to worry about guys that actually know how to rush the passer from inside the linebacker. Not just a good linebacker just running down the middle and getting hit in the face because he don't know how to work a side. Like, that's the type of stuff that I'm saying, like, yo, he hasn't seen any of that just yet. So that's why my confidence level is not there with him. If he stays as a number 2, great. But once again, no different when I said with Mason, if you're going to Dallas, it's like you haven't been there. So you got to unlearn what you've learned and then relearn or learn our stuff on the fly. Whoever you bring in running back wise can be the similar conversation. Hey, wherever you were at, if we're trading or if we're signing, you unlearn that, learn what we're going to ask you to do, and then go out there. I'm not as confident as that either. Personal experience, 2014, we lose Le'Veon Bell. The last game of the season versus Cincinnati Bengals, we signed Ben Tate, who was the number 1 free agent running back earlier in that offseason. By the time we signed him, he's starting on Saturday. And we ended up having to pull him and put Josh Harris out there because it was just too much to ask this dude. And this is Ben Tate.
Well, they were both terrible.
Yeah. But think about it, this is Ben Tate, who at the time when he left Houston, he was a big deal.
He was good with the Browns.
But
he was good in Houston.
Yeah. Too. But it's like, man, to ask a dude to come in on Monday and then start on, that weekend, it wasn't conducive to, it wasn't the best recipe for him to be successful, and that's some of the stuff that I think about when we're thinking about our running back situation. It's like,
that's what I mean.
Yeah, I would want somebody different, right? If it's 2 to 3 weeks, that's the conversation. Can you survive it? We'll see.
I think we could with Warren. Yeah. Hey, do Warren and Snell for 30% out there. Give Warren 60, 70%, whatever.
And what would make you ever decide against it if he puts the ball on the ground?
Jaylen Warren? Yeah, I mean, But we won't know until he's out there.
No, I'm with you on that. That's what I'm just trying to see, like,
Oh.
like how do you what you're
like,
willing to put up with?
Are you? Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah,
fumble it.
So
Because
if he misses like protection, are you cool with that too? Because he made
I'm
his
not
ones
thrilled with
yesterday.
that.
That's what I'm just.
That's why you
trying
have
to wait
Snow,
it out.
just in case too.
Okay.
Snow could pick up some guys.
For sure.
Now with Warren, yeah, that's the main thing. Don't fumble because, as I said with yesterday, this isn't anti-nausea. It's just production you're getting out of a running back.
Yeah.
20 yards, right? If you're just out there for 70% of the snap, anyone could get 20 yards. Just don't fumble the ball.
Man, you really make it sound like why we drafted one of them dudes, bro.
I'm not.
He's still God,
I want Najee back. I just think we can get away with a couple weeks with Warren.
I hope you're right.
And I think he can be an integral part of our offense with Najee back, actually.
Okay. Now,
Najee gets 70, 80, give Warren 20 or 30.
All right. And I was also going to ask you, too, because we know our offensive line in terms of run blocking wasn't the best either. Still feel good about Jaylen behind that situation where he might take some shots. I mean, I looked at how Joe Mixon got hit some of them times yesterday, and I'm like, yo, if there's any other running back, I think some of those are fumbles, right? I'm asking myself similar things. If it's Najee, the way he gets hit, the way we saw him get hit, versus if that's Jaylen Warren, it's a little bit different as well.
I thought Jaylen Warren gave a little something back.
Oh, okay.
He did.
All right.
I don't remember him getting like blasted behind the line at all. I don't even remember Najee getting blasted. It was just more he was running and getting like, a yard or two, and that was it. That's what I mean. I mean, sure, if there is a scenario like T.J. Watt blasting Joe Mixon, yeah, if you get an inexperienced running back out there, could it be a fumble? Could it not be? I don't know. But like with how the line played yesterday, and how I've been seeing Jaylen Warren play thus far, preseason and in week one, I think we can be all right for 2 or 3 weeks without Najee. If anything, I'm for it if Najee isn't right. And I don't think he was right going into the game, and he re-aggravated it. So I don't know.
For sure. I like it there, man.
Unless Najee, I mean, he is kind of superhuman, so who's to say he's not out there and playing amazing next week? I wouldn't be surprised at that either.
Yeah. I'm hoping so.
But if he feels like he needs to get right, the coaches feel like he needs to get right, I'm fine with Warren.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to see, man. What was the temperature with it? The only reason I would roll with the trio, Warren, Snell, and McFarland, is just the familiarity, but I don't want to do that longer than 4 weeks.
Sure.
And that's why I was like, I need to know what Najee's situation is, because maybe you get out of a game, maybe even 2, but it's just football at the NFL level. It's a reason why talent matters. There's a reason why you pay certain players what you pay them. You draft certain players where you draft them. And yeah, you can have outliers where guys do come up and they defeat the odds and stuff like that. But it's just when we're talking the probabilities of it, it's not always the best. So could we get out of a stadium with that bunch? Sure. But we also have to remember this is the same, in terms of the running back group we were talking about all offseason, man, we need to improve it, because if a Najee goes down, now we're turning to these guys saying you're a bell cow, you're the guy, you're the feature. It does not feel the same. And I know league-wide we always say this statement, or people make the statement of, running backs are easily replaceable. And we had that conversation as well, where it's like, well, if that's the case, well, why do teams, struggle so much even with just decent offensive line play? Because you do need certain level of talent back there. But that's my thing with this thing, man. It's like I said, just 4 weeks. That's kind of where I draw my line at. If it's over 4 weeks, I'm trying to get somebody that can come in and give me a legit upgrade in that scenario, versus putting my eggs all in an undrafted free agent who's played in 1 game.
You got any people in mind?
Off the top of my head, no.
I know who's definitely available and who's been working out.
Nah, he's a fighter now, and he's got a knockout too.
He can block too.
Nah, he got a knockout. He's a fighter now. He said it. He said, I'm full-time boxing. You will see me in the ring again. That's what he said. Shout out to my dog, L. Bell.
Was Bell that bad last year?
Hey, he's a fighter now. Let my man box. We're not going to have him over here coming back from training, and now he's trying to play football, and then next time he in the box ring, he get beat, and everybody going to be memeing him. Nah, y'all was trying to meme my dog. Y'all ain't think he was going to come back the way he did, because he got dropped early on.
So you like his trajectory as a boxer?
No, I didn't say that
either. At least
either.
A celebrity boxer. He could probably take one of those Paul brothers.
No, I did not. No.
You don't think he could?
Absolutely not. No.
Wow.
I think
he needs more work.
Yes. You watch Jake Paul. Jake Paul's polished. Yeah, you watch Jake Paul's like L. Bell got dropped off of a jab, but it was like, it wasn't a hard punch. It was the balance. That's some of the stuff that when you're talking about just boxing, like it's a lot of that little stuff. Jabbing. He wasn't the most efficient with his jab either. And then even on the knockout punch, I'm like, man, versus a legit boxer, he ain't gonna just be looking at you holding that right hand like, you ain't gonna throw it. You ain't gonna throw it. Let me block the punch with my face. Huh? That's all. But he got the job done, and I was definitely a fan of how it finished. But as a whole, no, I don't think he's beating any of them dudes, man.